Hello, everyone. Hello. Alchemist here. Thank you for tuning in. Today I'm going to address colors and their meanings for spiritual growth and also in this physical reality. This beautiful physical world that we live in is governed by colors. There's beautiful colors everywhere. They reflect in nature, they reflect in your daily life, in the places you go to, the food you consume, the clothes you wear, the people you see. This world is made up of colors. The same way I have mentioned in my previous videos that the foundation of the universe is geometry and numbers. It's sacred geometry and numbers. Colors are also part of that. They're also interconnected with geometry and with numbers as well, so that they can help you improve, they can help you evolve and awaken who you truly are, so you can become who you truly are, because that's what we all want to understand, that's what we all want to know. But you may notice something interesting. In the Western world, the use of colors is not very prominent as much as the rest of the world. And what's even more intriguing is that the more you find that some cultures and some societies are technologically advanced. Some people refer to them as first world countries, people who have like great economies and a lot of money and big corporations that control the world. In these countries, you find that color is not used a lot. Whereas in the rest of the world, in countries that are still trying to catch up to the first world, even though these terms they don't really reflect the nations and their ideals, but the rest of the world who's actually trying to mimic this first world, you find that they use more colors. Where? Everywhere. In their daily life, in their clothes, inside their homes, in their houses. You find that these people use more colors. If you go to African countries, if you go to some Asian countries, if you go to some Southern American or Latin American countries, you're going to find mesmerizing colors used everywhere, in decor, in the paintings, in the buildings, in the clothing. Patterns follow through as well. You have patterns, you have colors. And this makes the culture look rich, because color is a form of expression. Color represents your soul. Color allows you to project into this physical reality who you are and tell other people around you who you are. You can communicate it to them without speaking. Me wearing these colors is a form of communication. I'm communicating to you who I am through the colors I'm wearing. So in many cultures around the world, they have that as part of their cultures in their daily life. But in the West, in these so-called first world countries, color doesn't exist anymore. And I have lived in these countries. I'm speaking from experience, and I know exactly what I'm talking about. Everyone tends to wear monochrome colors, either black or white. Like the whole society of these worlds is becoming monochrome. You see people wearing either black or white, or what's in between, like shades of gray. Not to say that black or white are bad, especially black. Black is an amazing, beautiful color. But I'm gonna get to that. But that form of expression through the use of colors is dying in the technologically advanced countries. When people go to their corporate jobs, to their 9 to 5s, if you go to anywhere in big cities in Europe, in the US, in Japan, you're going to see that people are wearing black, just black, or shades of dark gray or dark brown, anything that's closer to black. That's what people wear. And the reason why they think it's because it saves you time. It's because you don't have to think about matching colors. See, these are all excuses that humans like to create for the sake of being part of the herd, to be like the sheep. The truth of the matter is that no, just someone said, this is what you wear if you want to belong to us. If you want to be part of this first world society, this is what you're supposed to wear. A black suit, something that's just black, no color. That's how you can show that you're part of us. Just because someone said that, that's why people are doing it. It's not because they don't have time to match colors. In fact, if you dig deeper into the history of many of the European cultures, hundreds of years ago, they used to actually have beautiful colors and patterns. They used to express themselves through colors, but that has died. It has disappeared. Thus, the meaning of this is that the connection to spirit is also dying, because when you don't have color in your life, that means that the connection to spirit is also starting to disappear. And don't get me wrong here. I know that a lot of people like to wear black. I like to wear black quite a lot. I have a lot of black pieces. It's not about just someone who likes to wear black. I'm talking about you go to people's homes, to offices, and the only color you see is beige, white, gray. You see these dead colors. It's okay if you like to wear black. I know personally a lot of people who love to wear only black, but when you go to their homes, they're mesmerizing. They're mesmerizing. They have like an emulsion of decor objects that have colors in them, and it's just their indoors look like a fantasy world. So I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about the regular human beings who not only dress these monotone colors, but also it reflects everywhere around them. That means that spirituality, spirit, the spiritus element of alchemy doesn't exist anymore. It means that spirit is dying. Because if you lift the veil and you see how beautiful the spirit realm is and the amount of colors it has, you will understand that color is very necessary. You can see that through your meditations or when you're having a spiritual experience. Many people who nowadays do psychedelics and ayahuasca for a quick high because they think that's how spirituality works, but they got it twisted. But usually when even these people who have these momentary spiritual experiences through psychedelics, through substances, they see these colors. So it's a proof that spirit is all about colors and patterns. So how come these advanced societies in the world are getting rid of that? How come patterns and colors are less and less apparent? Because the connection of spirit is also correlated to that. The connection to spirit is also decreasing and disappearing as well. But most normal people will tell you, oh, it's because it saves time. It's because we don't have enough money to spend on colors and patterns. Excuses on excuses on excuses. Yet billions and billions and trillions of dollars are spent on warfare, on creating more money, and on luring humanity to become stupid, to become less spiritual, and to just lose the divinity and become like robots. There's billions and trillions spent on that. But the message that is portrayed is that we don't have money for colors and patterns anymore. That's a thing of ancient past. So let me introduce you to the beautiful realm of colors and what they mean and how you can use them. Ancient cultures have understood this around the world. We have, in Hinduism, the chakra system is governed by colors, right? So the main chakras, which are 7 chakras, they're governed by colors, by different colors. We also have the 7 colors of the rainbow, which make up mainly the visible spectrum of light that we can see with our physical eyes. It's mainly 7 colors, and these 7 colors are reflected in the rainbow. They're also the 7 colors of the chakra system, the 7 chakras. And 7 is the number of the occult, it's the number of the hidden, it's the number of alchemy. We have the 7 planets of alchemy, the 7 metals of alchemy, the 7 days of the week, which correlate to the 7 planets, by the way. You know, the names of the 7 days of the week correlates to the 7 planets of alchemy, including the sun and the moon. Sunday, Monday, the Sunday and the moon day. And number 7 in numerology is the number of the seeker. So the occult, the hidden, the spirit realm is correlated with number 7, which also is connected to 7 colors. So let's talk about them, let's address them. We're going to start with red. In the chakra system, red is the color of the root chakra. And red, in spirituality, represents basic instincts, power, and excitement. That's why it is known to be the color of love, the color of sexuality, the color of excitement. And corporations use a lot of red when they want to excite you, when they want to entice you to buy something, when they want to push you to get something, they use red. When you see someone wearing red, you can spot them from far away, either a man or a woman. You can't miss someone who's wearing red. You see a red car, it's gonna catch your attention. So it's the color of excitement. The flowers, the roses, their colors are red. Humans have labeled it as the color of love. It's more like the color of sexuality. It's not the color of love. It's the color of sexuality, and humans confuse sex with love. Humans have confused that for thousands of years, and they are still confusing it even more. It's the color of sexuality. That's why we have the women put in red lipstick, red dresses, and then the men give red roses. It's because there's sexual attraction happening. It's not love. But humans like to camouflage it and sugarcoat it with the word love, because love has a different color. So if you want to feel some sort of excitement or agitation in your life, if you feel like there's a sort of stagnation, and you want to feel movement, you can wear red or have elements of red around you in your decor or in whatever you do. or you can wear something that's beautiful that's red. It can also mean power. If you want to show that you have a lot of power, that you have a lot of energy, then you wear red. Red is also the color of our blood, and blood represents our ability to live on earth. Because without blood inside our bodies, we can't, that's it, we're gone. So it's connected to the physical reality. Red is very connected to the physical reality. When you see like a beautiful sunset and you see the hues of red, right? You just feel this kind of excitement about life without knowing why. So that's for red. We're gonna move on to the next color, which is orange, and which is the color that's very close to red. In the chakra system, this is the sacral point. It is very similar to red. It's very close to it, but it's just a little bit different. Orange is the color of stability. It's the color of earth. Here, I'm gonna show you something interesting here. See this pot, this clay pot? It's made from earth. The color is orange. And there's an orange candle on it too. So it's the color that makes you feel connected to the earth element. Orange is also the color of understanding the world, understanding everything that's happening around you. So that's connected with stability. The more stable you are, the more you will understand the world around you. That's why actually the monks, the Buddhist monks, wear orange robes. Have you ever wondered why they wear orange robes? It's because the Buddha told them so. It's because they can be connected to earth. They can be stable, connected to earth, still, and so they can generate that power of understanding the world around them. Because if you want enlightenment, you have to become aware and you have to become understanding of everything. So orange can help you with that. So have orange around you if you want to feel stability, if you want to feel earth, if you want to generate the ability to understand circumstances and situations in your life. Then after that, we move on to yellow. In the chakra system, this is the solar plexus, the energy point that is situated around the navel. And the yellow color represents creativity, expression. It represents the ability to become aware of your gifts and sharing it with the world. So anything that has to do with creativity, building, creating, sharing with the world, that is represented by the color yellow. And the color yellow is the closest color to light, to the light that illuminates. So yellow illuminates, right? That's why the sun, if it's drawn in a painting or if we try to depict it, we're gonna usually use the color yellow to depict the sun. So it's the closest color to illumination. Because most people, when you tell them, describe what light is, certainly a lot of people are going to say the color yellow. Because in the physical reality, that yellow hue represents light for humans. But it makes sense because it is the color of creativity. It's the color of creation. The more you create, the more you build, and the more you share your creations with the world, the more you inspire other people. You can illuminate other people. So it's like you're helping others through this color. So yellow is a beautiful color and it's very important. Wear it and have it around you, in objects around you. These objects can be either in your altar, in your decor, in paintings you hang in your home. Have the yellow color if you want to express your creativity and if you want your gifts, whatever that gift is, if you want it to come out to fruition, if you want it to come to life, and if you want to share it more, have yellow around you. And by the way, these colors correspond to foods, to elements, vegetables and fruits that have the same color. Let's say you want to become more creative, consume the natural foods, natural as in fruits and vegetables that have the yellow color, like bananas. Bananas are yellow, right? Earlier, I talked about the color orange for grounding, for stability, for connecting to earth. If you want more of that in your life, then consume oranges because they have the color orange. When I say that in life and in spirit, everything is interconnected, I actually mean it literally. It's not a metaphor. So the fruits and the vegetables that are colored a certain way will work for what I'm explaining to you. Consume them based on what you want to enhance, right? The same works for shapes. For example, if you open a walnut and you see that it looks like a little brain, like a human brain or an animal brain, and you eat it, right? You're gonna find that science proves and says that walnuts are good for your brain. They're shaped like a brain and they're good for your brain. So the element's shape will correspond to the shape of your body organ as well. If you want to improve a certain part of the body, eat the element that has the same shape. I'm not saying that it exists for everything, but certain organs, they have similar shapes to the foods that we eat. So that's for yellow. Let's move on to the next color, which is green. In the chakra system, that's the color of the heart chakra, the center. Green is also the color of the occult, the color of the hidden. And in nature, it's the dominant color. If it's not the ocean, which reflects the color blue, it just reflects it, then it's probably green. Green leaves, the trees have green leaves, the grass is green, the plants are green. It's a beautiful color, and it is actually the color of love. It's the color of the occult, the hidden, but also the color of love. It's the center. In the chakra system, it is here around the heart area, and that energy point has the green color. So green is the color of pure love. Love without sexuality. Love without sex attached to it. The love that you have for your pets, for your parents, for your siblings, for your best friends, for humanity, for life. And most love should be that same love you should have for your partner. Sex, okay? Sexuality and sex, in essence, should only be for reproduction, just like animals. This might shock you, but that's what sex was created for. It was never created for pleasure, but humans have abused it for millennia. So that green color is the color of love. Have it around you. You can wear it. Also, if you want to enhance it in your energy system, eat green elements like leafy greens, anything that's green. Grapes, green apples, a lot of leafy greens like spinach and kale and collard greens and all of types of herbs and greens that you can think of, like mint and moringa and spirulina and so on and so forth. There's hundreds. So the more you consume these green elements, the more your energy system that's centered around love is going to become enhanced. So green is a beautiful color. It's the color of, for me personally, I think it's the color of nature. Even though nature has many other beautiful colors, but I feel like green is the main color of nature. Isn't it even magical how the plants and the leaves and the grass, when they manifest, when they go through the photosynthesis, isn't it magical how green is the reflected color? Isn't that magical? And not some other color. And this correlates with green being the color of the hidden, of the occult. It's like spirit. We don't really see it. It's all around us, but we don't see it. We can only perceive it and feel it. But when it manifests physically, it comes out as green. That's the explanation. So that's for green. The next color is blue. Blue is a wonderful color. In the chakra system, it's the energy points of the throat. Expression, speaking, vibration, frequency. And blue is such a unique color because once you start tapping into the blue color, here you're starting to overlap the spiritual with the physical. The last color that still represents the physical reality more than the spiritual one is the green color. The moment you tap into the blue one, you start merging spirit and the physical. You start merging them. They start overlapping. It becomes like a 50-50. Because the reason why in Hinduism it's the throat, it's because when you want to speak your thoughts, whatever you're channeling, whatever comes out of your mouth is the manifestation of spirit. These frequencies that come out of what I'm saying is the manifestation of my soul. Hence why words are spells. And spells are powerful. Spells can bring into life wonderful things, but they can also cause a lot of harm. So your words, whatever you say, remember that it's something powerful. Nowadays, when I see especially the youth talking, I become concerned of how people speak all around the world in different languages. I am a polyglot and I can understand several languages. It's a worldwide phenomenon. So in every language, people are regressing, they're deteriorating in the way they speak. They're using a lot of negative terms, hostile terms for their regular daily conversation, without understanding that these words are vibrations. They're the representation of your soul, and they are spells. So when you say them, they're going to affect you. If you talk in a very vulgar manner, thinking that, oh, that's just you speaking, then let me tell you that every word you say affects you. It affects your body, it affects your soul. So blue is the representation of this energy. Blue is the color of force, of energy. It's not the color of power. See, red is the color of power. Red can represent power. Blue is the color of transmuting power into force. You transmute power so you can use it for something positive. For example, wars that are happening around the world, that's red, right? If we want to make a correlation with the color, that's just power, pure power for control and for causing harm. That's red. Blue, if you transmute that power into something beautiful, it becomes blue. Then, now you're using that power for peace. You're using it to end wars, to end starvation, to end hatred between humanity. So blue is the color that can help you overcome suffering, because it's about becoming aware of what you are saying, becoming aware of every word or every spell that you are uttering that's coming out of your mouth, because you know that it's powerful. So if you want to enhance your speaking ability, and do not only your speaking ability, but the way you speak. Are you speaking in a hostile way? Are you speaking in a mean way? Or are you speaking in a loving way? Are you speaking to inspire people? Are you speaking to share beautiful things or beautiful wisdom? Are you speaking to bring people down? Are you speaking to hurt and harm other people with your words? Because words can cut, just like a sword. You don't need to use anything physical. You can harm someone with your words. That's how powerful they are. That's why one little piece of advice for you: when you're angry, when you feel like you can't control your emotions and you feel anger and frustration, do not speak. Don't say a word. Stay quiet for as long as it takes, 30 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours, 1 day. Stay quiet until you calm down and come back to your senses, and then speak again. Because everything you might say at that moment that is negative, hostile, and hurtful will manifest. So if you want to enhance the ability to speak and to express yourself in a beautiful manner, to inspire other people, to help other people, to bring up people, not bring them down, you bring them up. Have blue around you. Wear blue. Look at the ocean. Look at water, because water reflects the blue color. Sometimes it reflects green as well, which is the color of love. That's why water is so beautiful. It reflects either green or blue, which are beautiful colors. Okay, so that's for blue. Here in Hinduism, the sixth chakra is the third eye point here, the third eye chakra, and it's represented by the indigo color, or a darker blue. So we're still in the blue realm. So it's basically the same meaning. If you want to become more aware of what you are saying, of what you are thinking, blue or indigo. Indigo again is for the third eye. It's for opening the third eye. So surround yourself with the blue color, variations of the blue, like indigo, or it could be like darker blues or lighter blues. So just use blue for that purpose. And then the next color we have is the purple color. Above the blue, there's purple, and also known as violet. Purple is the color of spirituality. It represents the door, the gate that you open in order to see the spirit realm. That's purple. That's why purple, if you look at it, anyone who looks at the color purple, they get mesmerized. It's like there's something with the color purple that's different from all the other colors. That's why a lot of people will have favorite colors as blue or red or green or even yellow, but it's rare to hear someone saying purple. It's very rare. Because it's the color of spirit, because it's a unique color, it's a rare color. But it also represents fear, because if you're not embracing who you are, if you're not embracing your darkness, if you're scared of the unknown, then you're going to be scared to see what the spirit realm has for you. So it's the negative side of this color is fear. But the positive side is you embracing spirituality and stepping into the unknown. You're declaring to the universe that you want to go into the world of the unseen. You want to understand it. You want to unveil the secrets of the universe. Then that's purple. That's why a lot of people in the beginning of their spiritual awakening, they wear amethyst because it has the purple color. By the way, all these colors correspond to stones, to rocks. So see every color I mentioned, you can find a stone that has that color. I'm not going to name each, just follow the colors. Any rock or stone that has those colors, follow them. And if you want to improve a certain aspect in your life based on the color, find a stone that has that color and wear it, or have it in your altar, or have it as a decor in your home. So purple, we have amethyst. And a lot of people, when they have a spiritual awakening and they're scared and they want to know more about spirit, about themselves, they start wearing amethyst and they have amethyst in their home. I had so much amethyst in the beginning of my spiritual awakening. I had so much amethyst. I had many amethyst pendants, rocks that I used for my altar. I don't have them anymore, but I used to. Because now you're stepping into the unknown. But this color can help you step into the unknown, can help you understand spirit. So purple is a beautiful color. Surround yourself with it. If you want to understand the realm of the unseen. And beyond violet, we have ultraviolet. So that's it. These are, now we're stepping into the realm of the colors that we can't see. Because above violet is ultraviolet. We can't see that with our physical eyes. So these colors, or these 7 colors, mainly 7 colors, are the representation of the physical reality. From red to purple or violet. And when you mix all of these colors together, they give every color we can see in the physical world. They make every color if you mix a bunch of them together. And these colors can reflect in auras as well. If you have the ability to see auras, every time you see someone having one of these colors around them, you can interpret the meaning based on what I just explained. So if someone is having green aura, it means that they're very loving, they're very understanding, they're very peaceful, and that their energy is calm, and that they are very centered and balanced people. If someone has the red aura around them or orange, it means that they're still, it really depends on each situation. It either mean anger or frustration, or it could mean just the fact that they're excited or that they're trying to connect to the earth elements or become more grounded. It's hard to interpret auras. You can't just say, oh, that person has that color, that means it's this. It really depends on what the person is going through. The aura color changes. It's not always just one color. You can have various colors depending on what you're going through in your life. Sometimes it can be purple, sometimes it's blue, sometimes it's yellow, sometimes it could be red, and sometimes it could be nothing, because a lot of people don't have any auras whatsoever, or their aura is so minuscule, it's so minimal that it's hard to see. Their souls are almost dead, so their souls don't reflect any auras. I have the ability to see auras, and I had this experience that was so fascinating. This is back in the day when I used to be a 9-to-5er, and I was still trying to figure out who I am and what I'm supposed to do. And I was in my corporate job. I was having my 9-to-5, and I was having a meeting with my boss. And he was this very confident, assertive old man. And he was very extroverted, very experienced, very confident. And he just had this energy. Every time he talked to someone, he was just certain of everything he was talking about. Either it was right or wrong, he was just certain about it. He had an incredible amount of confidence. That's how I remembered him. We were having a meeting talking about something about work, and all of a sudden, as I was listening to him, I was looking at him and listening to what he was telling me, and all of a sudden, this purple aura just manifested around him, and it was so big. It was this far. Like, the aura was here, he was here, this is the outline of his body. The aura was reaching all the way here. So it was like this, and it was purple. And can you imagine that happening during a meeting? Of course I didn't say anything. Of course I was having a hard time to listen to what he was saying. I blacked out, because all I could focus on is the aura around him. Is this energy, and it's kind of wavy, and the color was purple. It was like a pure purple color, not blue, not green, it was purple. And it just showed up out of nowhere, and I was frozen. I was just there, nodding my head as if I'm listening to him, but I didn't know what to do. And it continued until he finished talking, and then he left. It was for a whole 5 minutes. If you don't want to believe me, it's up to you. What I'm doing is I'm sharing. That's it. The rest is up to you. So it's up to you to believe this or not. So he was talking for another 5 minutes. That aura was there all along. And then he's like, okay, are we clear? Is everything okay? And I just said, yeah, it's all good. Until he left. And I was frozen. And I didn't know what was happening. So he was reflecting that confidence and that energy. And he's not spiritual. He's not a spiritual person. Back then, I was labeling myself as a vegan. And he knew that I was. And that was back in the day when you tell someone you're vegan or plant-based, they either laugh at you or they ask you, why are you doing this to yourself? It was back then. I did it when people would freeze when I say I don't eat meat. They freeze. They're like, huh? Why? Now it's more common, but this is back then. So he knew that I didn't eat meat, and he teased me so much about it, about the fact that I don't eat meat. He used to tease me a lot, and he found it absurd. To him, it was something out of the ordinary. And just to tell you that he was not a spiritual person whatsoever. And yet his aura was wild. So it depends on the energy of the person. It's not about, oh, I claim to be a spiritual person. I claim to know spiritual concepts. No. Maybe you claim to have those things, but your soul is dead. And maybe someone who's not spiritual and they don't claim to be spiritual, but they have the wildest aura you can ever see. So yes, these colors reflect in auras as well, but they correspond to everything, to rocks, to minerals, to the elements you eat, to the colors you wear. Just remember that. So if you want to kind of experiment with certain aspects of your life that are correlated to these colors, play with the colors in your life. Have fun with them. And then we have black, which is the most powerful color because black absorbs everything. That's why when light hits the color black, it absorbs even light. That's why black doesn't reflect anything. These colors that I have explained is just how we perceive them when the light hits them. So when the light hits this stone, it reflects green, and that's why we see green, right? When this garment, when the light hits it, it reflects dark blue. That's why we see dark blue. When it comes to black, black absorbs everything. So it doesn't reflect anything, and that's why it appears as black. For white, it's as if the light passes through. That's why it doesn't reflect anything. So black color absorbs everything. The white color lets everything pass through. That's the difference between white and black. And that's why in a sense, they're not colors. They're kind of the mediators. They're like the in-betweens. So when we say color, black is a color, it's not really a color. Black represents the universe, it represents creation. That's why when I say every time, embrace your darkness, the color of the dark is black, is the color of the universe, is the color of the dark matter. That makes up the universe that scientists still can't decipher. So now they just call it dark energy or dark matter. When you're in the spirit realm, even through your meditation or any other mediums, when you go to the spirit realm, when you're dreaming, the dominant color is black, because black is the color of the spirit realm. When you're going through portals from one world to the next, everything is dark, it's darkness. That's why every time I say embrace your darkness, you have to learn how to become comfortable in darkness. This light that we see here, it only applies to the physical reality. The moment you're not in the physical reality anymore, it's darkness. You have to learn to love darkness, to love the color black, and to become comfortable with dark. And here I don't talk about the meaning of the words and the nuances. Dark means bad. If you look at the definition of what dark means in English, it means that it's something negative, no, I'm talking about pure literal definition. The color black. The color of the spirit realm is black, it's dark. And then you see colors in there, but the foundation is darkness. It's not like here, it's not light. In the physical reality, during the day, the foundation is light because of the sun. Just thanks to the sun. Otherwise, it'll be the same. If there was no sun, it's just darkness, like at the nighttime. So black is the color, or it's this, I'm gonna call it substance. It's the substance that absorbs everything. It represents strength, power, authority, uh, being majestic, being royal, all of these wonderful, powerful things. That's what black represents. Nowadays, in the Western world, as I have mentioned in the beginning of this video, most people wear black not because of what I mentioned. They just wear black because they say it's easier to wear and you don't have to match it. Some people say, oh, it represents authority. But no, black is the color of the universe. It's the color of the spirit realm. It's the color that you will find once you leave the physical reality. Because when you meditate, do you see light? Do you see the world light like this? No. When you sleep and you're roaming in the spirit realm, what do you see? Do you see light like this? You see the sun? No. So embrace your darkness. Wear the color black if you want to be as close as possible to the spirit realm. That's why a lot of witches wear black. I'm not saying all witches, but a lot, most of them. Because it's the color that makes you the closest to the spirit realm. Remember, purple is the door that you open. But black, you're in the spirit realm. You're there. So black is a wonderful color. I myself love it so much. And white is the color that lets through everything. It's like something translucent. It's transparent. It makes everything light. Even when you mix it with other colors for painting, it makes all the other colors lighter. So if you want to become lighter and more, let's say, peaceful and more empty, right? If you want to empty yourself, wear white. That's why when I went for my silent meditation retreat in the Buddhist temple for 2 weeks, and it was a silent meditation where you don't talk. You don't talk for 2 weeks. They ask you to wear white clothes. Reason why is because when you go in the temple, and the temple is inside nature in the middle of nowhere, the monks know this. They want these new people who are coming with a lot of baggage, with a lot of things on their shoulders, with so much programming and so much brainwashing. They want you to empty everything, to empty it out. So white is the best color to empty everything. So you're not holding anything. That's why the monks are wearing orange, and I explained why orange in the beginning of the video. But for the people who come for the retreats to learn for the first time, they ask them to wear white, not orange. Because you're emptying everything. You're neutral. You're not thinking about anything. That's what white represents. It's almost like a transparent thing that's not there. It's there, but it's not there. And that's why in many cultures around the world, in funerals, they wear white, not black, like in the Western world. People wear white because the person who passed, the soul that passed away, they wanted to release everything. So when the soul roams around in the funeral, it sees that everyone is wearing white. That means that it's time to release everything. You're not holding on everything. The attachments you have to things, you have to let it go. So the soul can move on to their next level of existence. So they're not stuck in this plane and become ghosts, which is what happens with a lot of spirits that die and they become stuck. So that white color represents releasing, emptying, peace, neutrality. So that's for the white color. So white and black are very interesting colors because they're like complete opposites. One absorbs everything and one lets everything out. That's why I love the yin and yang symbol or sigil from Taoism. You know the yin yang? It's black and white. So they're not really colors. They're like substances. And the perception of colors can differ from one person to another. That's why you find that in many case scenarios, you might argue with your friends or someone you know about if what you're seeing is blue or green. To you, it might be blue, but to the other person, it might be green. So even the perception of colors can be different from one person to the other because it's basically just light being reflected. That's all there is to it. That's why we have to learn to respect everyone's realities because every person's reality is different. It's not one reality. It's not one truth. It's not one thing. That's how we can coexist, learn to respect each other, love each other, and remove all of this hatred and madness that's happening in the world right now. Okay, so this is how you can use colors for your spiritual growth. I hope this helps. Thank you very much for watching, and let me know in the comment section if you have any questions, and I'll see you in the next video. Arosh isechen zarosh ilek asoren.